Okay, so I'm sure people will be coming in. Stephanie, I made you a co-host so you can help me let people in. And Stephanie's actually going to be training with me. Christine has orientation for her kids tonight. School starting this week. And so I love that about our business, right? We get to prioritize our family. And so here we are. And tonight, I just want to recap a little bit about what we talked about last week because I know we got a little bit cut off, but just really talking about um, words that work and really how it is that you work that 3 plus 3 plus 3, making it really strategic, making phone calls. I know we talked about how it can be so tempting to text book, but how really your voice can be so powerful. And that really just ties in to what we want to talk about tonight, which is turning a facial into a party. And really, this is such a powerful, powerful topic. The magic happens when you learn to turn faces into parties. I remember being a brand new consultant and booking a face and really just you have that lump in your throat, but you ask the next question because you just have to ask. That really is the power in our business, using our voice to ask the next best question. And when you're really looking to grow your business quickly, when you think about your 3 plus 3 plus 3, really making the time that you invest in your business powerful. How many of you work a full-time job or have a business or a career outside of Mary Kay? I bet you're all raising your hand. Oh, Lisa. Okay, good. I'm so happy you're on too. Um, Christine brought out the big guns. Okay. And so really when you are working your business, it is about maximizing your time. And so if you're going to invest in a facial, why not maximize that time and see 2 or 3 faces at a time? You get to bless more women, and you also get to really make the most out of that hour or hour and a half that you're with those people. And so I love about that this is a big part of our business and working our business full circle. When you think about turning a facial into a party, it's really something as simple as sharing that your goal is so big, sharing your big goal and asking, who do you know that would love to join us? Who do you know that would love to join us? A simple question. I love even saying, hey, can I ask you for one more favor? So, my goal this week is to bless 9 women. Or to enter 9 women into our makeover contest, or to share our skincare set with 9 women. Who do you know that would love to join us? Who do you know that has a great opinion or an opinion about skincare? Who do you know that should be using skincare and isn't? Who do you know that loves skincare and has a set that they use but could give us, could compare it for me? Who do you know? It's really that who question is so powerful because that who question will give them the idea of who can actually join you. I wanted you to hear from consultants because I think sometimes I was a consultant too, by the way. And I think sometimes we can forget that directors were consultants. And so we've been there, we've done this a billion times. But I want you to hear from some of your peers. And these women are more than peers. They've done this many times. They are experts at booking. They're experts at turning facials into parties. And so I'm gonna actually do a little panel. We're gonna do like a little, Griselle just was like, why did you do that? We're gonna do a little panel. And let me tell you, if I were you, I would totally listen to what they have to say because these are 3 of the most powerful bookers you will ever meet in Mary Kay. And if you don't believe me, I challenge you to spend an hour with them and hear them on the phone. And so I would love for you girls to share, you ladies to share, for you right now, obviously we're in a new era, right? Where we're going back into in-person or we're in that hybrid model. And so how is it that you are turning your facials into parties right now, whether it be virtual or in person? What are the words that are working for you? Lisa, you
Okay,
want to
I'll
go?
go first.
Oh,
Hi, Wilson. How are you? Good to see you again. So I'll share with you guys, for me, always right now, what I found is when I'm booking, it's like what's in it for them in a couple ways. And usually it's about creating a pocket of time for them to focus on themselves. So let's say, like, I'm so excited for Stephanie that we're gonna get together. We're gonna do some wind down time Wednesday, 8 o'clock. Girl, who else do you know that needs some wind down time? Like, could your sister use some? What other mama friend you have? Whatever, like, hardworking professional. Do you have what? Kind of like give her some ideas of people that could be in her space for some girl time. Like, oh, like, and then they're like, oh yeah, like, Griselle, she works hard. She could use a little wind down time too. And so, like, I kind of go like, oh, she tells me Griselle. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how hard does Griselle work? And I kind of like start the conversation like that. And then she's like, and then I'm like, who else? And it gives them an opportunity, like Mari said, to kind of like come up with ideas of people who would be like in the same stressful situation as her that just needs a little time to get loved on. And I'm like, girl, okay, so Griselle and Mari's coming. One more, girl, and I'm gonna give you one of these new hydrogel sheet masks. So, and she's like, oh, one more? I'll get somebody else there. So for me, I just try and keep it focused on what is she going through at this time that I'm booking her for, and I'm using that. And then I ask who else is going through that same experience. And that's really the difference that I use, and it has been working for me, and keeping it really focused on them. And then I obviously thank them because it's helping, my business as well. But I really keep it focused on them, and that's what's been helping me.
I love that. That is so good. Who else do you know that could use some wind down time? I was thinking I need wind down time. I love that. That's such a great question. And just focusing, keeping the focus on her. I love that.
I can share next. Oh, sorry, yourself. Are you sure? Okay. I was gonna say, so I went back to my original script that I learned during my new consultant orientation. That has always worked for me and my tried and true. So really going back to the basics. And so it's literally the same exact script, just tweaked a little bit because I can't say that I just started my business, right? So I'll read it out loud. I know last week was more about like scripts, but I think it makes a difference. Like the right script sets you up for being able to turn it into a party. So basically I said, hi, so I'm calling with huge news that I'm getting on target to earn my third free car with my Mary Kay business. As part of this goal, I'm committed to getting back in person and giving a mini beauty experience to 30 women this month. I thought of you because you've always been compliment and compliment. Would you be willing to be one of my 30 women and support me? And I always say yes. So then I just booked the time with them. And this is what got me to book 9 appointments in like 3 days, which I don't think I've done that for probably years. And so once I booked the time with them, I said, okay, great. Since my goal is so big to get in front of 30 women, who could you invite? And then kind of similar things like Lisa said. But I found that making it about my goal and about the 30, it kind of like, because if it's just for them, then the incentive to invite somebody is more like people will do sometimes things to help someone before they'll do it for themselves. So that script worked really well for me. And then if they just like seems hesitant, then I encourage them to invite, but then I always finish, okay, hey, and if they end up not being able to come, I'm coming for you. Like their friends are just the cherry on top. Thank you for supporting my goal. So that's what I've been doing and been able to get the booking and then work on expanding it into a party.
And I love that you said that, like, you're gonna come for her anyway, and her
Mhm.
friends are the cherry on top. Like, making sure that you're not losing a booking,
Yeah.
and trying to make it into a party. I love that you said that, because that's a really big part of what we want to share, that, you know, asking for the party is not, the purpose of that is not to lose your original appointment, right? It's to add on to it. So I love that.
Yeah, and that way, if it, because imagine like if she invites a few people and nobody comes, she might feel like she's a failure. She didn't help me. Like, and then, you know, oh, nobody could come. But like, if you're like, no, 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 it's coming for you. It's going to be fun. Anybody else comes is, yeah, like cherry on top. It's going to be awesome, me and you. So she doesn't feel like defeated or insecure or something if she invites a few people and they end up not being able to come.
I love that.
Or embarrassed.
Chriselle, give us the goods.
So after listening to Lisa and Stephanie, I can tell we're in the same team because ditto ditto. So my script is the same, similar to Stephanie. It's always, why, what is the why? Why am I doing this? And I always mention like my goal, I'm going to earn my second car, or, hey, something will have to do with my daughter, because everybody knows I'm a single mom. So I'm always mentioning the why and the goal. But the goal is always this week. Like, can I bless you this week? If you're not available this week, next week? Because I found that, in my experience, I found that when I say I need this many in a month, they want to be like face 29, 30, I wasn't a season that's what I was getting. So it was like, hey, my goal is to see 10 faces this week. Are you, this week or next week? And I try to keep it that way. But just like Stephanie said, I just say, hey, I have exciting news. I'm on target for my second car with Mary Kay, and to stay on target, I need to see 10 faces this week. I'm 7 faces to go. Can I bless you this week? But I always go for the face. And then when they say yes, they're available, then that's when I say, I'm already going to see you. And what 2 friends can you bring to have fun? Now, I don't say cherry, but I say they're going to be the icing on the cake. So it's funny that Stephanie uses the cherry on the cake. Icing.
Cherry
But
on
I'm
top.
Hey,
Cherry on top. It's from an ice cream sundae, not cake.
So you're like the cherry, I'm like the icing. And they're like, oh, okay. So I try to tell, like, do you have 2 friends funny like you? Or I try to compliment, but then, now it's back to school. I've been saying, like, who's the mom that's gonna now, have kids going back to school, and now they deserve the back to spa. And, it always trying to tie it into the season, but overall my script is the same. I always go for the face. And then I have them go 2 friends, and or 2 to 3 friends, and I'm like, if they can't come, can I share with you an invite? You can share with them. I'll send you a text. You can copy and paste. And if they say no, it's okay. I'm still here to, give you a source. I want to share the joy with you, or however, I always try, because Mary Kay always says, and we always told and make them feel important. So it's always like having that message of like, this is for you, but you know what? I'm already going to see you. What 2 friends can you invite? And sometimes they're thinking, and I'm like, what 2 friends came to mind? So they say, oh, I'm thinking about this one. I try to write it down. And I'm like, well, if I give you a script,
That's what it looks like out there.
and I said, if you can write, copy and paste, and just let me know what they say. It's okay if they can't, but I still try to get that information. So, but I feel like if we use the word party or a group, or, hey, can you get a group of girls together? Can you get 3 girls, 5 girls together? Or they're already getting overwhelmed, because they always think like, oh, who can I think? You're like, what 5 friends will say yes? But just blessing them, and then just taking that pressure off, like 2 friends, they're like, yeah, I can think about 2 girlfriends. I can think of 3 girlfriends. So that's why I try to keep it that way. So I agree with what my sister said.
I I love what you just said about when you say that word party, or that it kind of can be, because when I think of a party, I think of I've got it like planning, and but when two friends that we can bless, like that makes it so, it makes it so simple, right? It makes it feel easy, like, oh yeah, I have two people I can, everybody feels like they have two people that they can add on. And I think original Mary Kay always works in my book. These are the same scripts that I think all of us have used since we started our business, right? And it's just always sharing, booking the face first and then working to turn that face into multiple faces, the party. As one of the things that I love to do, is really try to get her to think of people. And I'm sure that you girls do this too. Like I'll have her think of names or have her say names, because I find that when she's already, if I help her think of who she's going to invite on the phone or in the moment, that she's just much more likely to invite someone or invite people. And so I'll say, your mom. And this sometimes is where like really having a relationship with someone or investigating, right, comes into play. And so I told Christine, I was talking to Christine earlier today, and I told her, I have a facial on Saturday and she's like an existing customer, and I'm entering her into the makeover contest and she's a potential team member, but I'm going to call and turn her facial into a party just to practice and say that I'm doing what I said I was to do. And so I did. And I happen to know she has 3 sisters and she has a lot of female cousins. And so she can't really tell me she doesn't have 2 women or 3 women. And so I called her and said, Caitlin, okay, who can we invite? Who can we enter into this contest alongside of you? Do you think your cousin Natalie's available? What about your sisters? I know your sister just had another baby. She probably could use some girl time. And she starts laughing. She goes, all these people could use this. Let me just invite them all. And so, but I think it's really about who, your sister, your mom, your cousin, your aunt. What about your neighbor that lives across the street, or your child's best friend's mom? How can you paint the picture, ask questions to get them to create that guest list in their head? And then really just kind of ending with simple words of, I'm going to send you a little invitation and something you can share with the people you're inviting or the women that you're inviting. And always making sure, right? Always making sure that you are sharing something with her, empowering her with the words to say. We're going to talk a lot more about coaching next week, but really coaching is a huge part of these facials being actual appointments and parties, right? Or being actual parties. It comes from great coaching. So what would you girls say is, once you've actually had her, commit to say, yes, all right, I will invite some friends. What's that next best step for you that you feel like, okay, I'm going to coach her to get her to actually have people there? What would be like a great tip? We have another person. Rochelle.
So once I book them and have the date, and obviously get their information so I can give them their sample pack, just asking the coaching questions. What is your skin type? I asked them, what is their skin type? What is their experience with Mary Kay? And just determining what's the package I'm going to send them. And then if they're going to invite friends, just asking them like, okay, so what is your friend's information? So I can ask them the same questions. But if they're hesitant, then I coach her how to coach them. And I also feel like if I coach them how to coach them, I'm actually training and transitioning those skills, because my goal is to recruit that person. Yeah. So I always learn that your best hostesses can be your best team members. So, that's the goal, is, me coaching, but if not, coaching them on how to get that information from their guests.
I love that you said that, because, if when you recruit her to be, a team member, she's already going to have gone through that process. She's also going to know what to do with her bookings because you did it with her, which is what I always found in my Mary Kay business, that it was such a gift and a benefit to coach my parties the right way, because then when they signed up to be on my team, if they did join my team, they would do it that full circle way because they saw me do it with them the full circle way. So I love that. I love it. I love it. Lisa, you want to share anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna share. So when somebody says, they're like, I like to do what Grizel says too, and like get the names. Like I like to get the names because I need to know who it is. And I will ask the face that's turning into a hostess, what's your favorite way, or how do you normally communicate with Grizel and Stephanie and Mark? Like, because I give them options. I was like, would you like to just we can create a fun invitation and that script, right? That's like Grizel said, we're going to help coach them. And sometimes I can ask them, does it make sense for us just to do it in a group chat? That way all the information is there and you're not funneling it to me. And sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, yes, like that's like one less thing that I have to do. And what I love about that, whether it's like a WhatsApp group chat or Facebook Messenger group chat, or just a regular text message group chat, is like now I have all their contact information to help. Then I can individually message them if they're really like not responding, and I can send them cute messages, like a picture of their goodie bag, like, oh, just got Grizel's answers, here's your goodie bag ready to go. And then it kind of like incentivizes the rest of them to drop their information into the chat. And then we can do like fun things throughout the day, and we get to know each other better, so that when the event comes, it's kind of like they already know each other and they know my vibe, and they're already ready to have fun.
I love that. They're more excited to meet you because they've already kind of been interacting with you. I love that. Yes, I find that group chats are really powerful. And if somebody doesn't show up, you've already got their information. It's like free leads. What about you, Stephanie?
I was gonna say getting them the information right away. Like if you say you're gonna make a picture invite to them and giving them a script so that they know exactly what to say to their friends, like that they can just copy and paste, for me really helps, so that it seems simple to the host. And then also you are in control of the message that is being sent to the guests, because that's like a big thing, because you never know the hostess. If you don't give the hostess words, they could be like, oh, my friend, like they could be your biggest fan, but the way they communicate it would be like, oh, my friend's selling Mary Kay, you guys should come over on Friday night. Like, and then it would just seem like super salesy versus like the way that we would give a message, right? Like, you're invited, like to, my beauty to a beauty experience. We're gonna do a Hydra session. Like, it's totally different the way we would message it to their friends than the hostess would, because they just don't know.
Exactly. Yes. And it's our responsibility, right? It's our job. We are the consultant. We are the ones that are, it's our booking. And so we want to make sure that she's as successful as possible. I love that. Well, thank you all. Can we say thank you? You're amazing. I love it. Thank you for coming on here. I think we should do panels every week. I much prefer it to just talking. I think we all learn from each other, and we all can grow that way. So I'm going to share a couple of things. I'm going to just remove these spotlights. I'm going to share the screen a second and share with you something that Christine and I are doing. If I can find, here we go. Yes. So we are giving away some awesome sheet masks. Here, let's make it big. So when your hostess has 3 guests, she can earn one of those new hydrating sheet masks. And Lisa alluded to this, and I love that. This is an awesome incentive for your hostesses. And so who do you have booked for this week that you can go back to and say, my director is giving away a hydrating sheet mask when you have 3 friends join you. And these are, they get out on the market tomorrow. They're officially on our websites tomorrow. Consultants, by the way, you can order them today. Everybody can order them today, but really they're awesome. I've been using them for a few weeks now, and your skin feels so soft afterwards. It's definitely a treat for your hostess. And so who can you call to be able to, have them go from a facial to a party this week and help you with your 3+3+3. The other thing I wanted to share and show is something else that we're doing. And that is, let me see, here we go. You can actually earn this super cute tote. We've got a special challenge from today to the 31st, just to help you with consistency, because consistency is not a sexy word, but it is the key to success in everything. But I believe absolutely in Mary Kay is the key. And so just to help you stay consistent towards the road to red, we're going to be giving away this tote to everybody who does a 3+3+3 week, the consecutive weeks. Okay. So it's this week and next week and the week after. And so really, really excited to see what that will do for your business, the momentum that will create and build, that 3+3+3 week, getting you on target for your the star quarter is 1 month away from today, ends. And so, what can being consistent do for you? Okay, so we're excited because we've got some great prizes that you can earn. And I will say this, we've got a challenge for you because we have great opportunities for you to really maximize. Tomorrow we have a beauty break featuring the new hydrating mask. How perfect is it to reach out to people and say, come check it out, come learn all about it. And then you can actually earn one, right? For free, just by having 3 friends join you. And so tomorrow's a great opportunity, our beauty break, to use these tools and to plug in your 3+3+3. Also, on Thursday night for our It Just Fits event, we are going to be doing a live Zoom to watch it together. And then immediately after, doing a 5 questions for 5 coupons. And so everybody who's on the Ask 5 Questions is going to get a chance to get those 5 coupons right on the spot. And we're excited because it creates great momentum when you hear those questions rolling in. And so who are the best people to invite to Thursday night? The women that you just recently facialed. So who have you facialed in the last 3-4 weeks that you can invite to be on Thursday? Kia is going to be speaking, and she is so powerful. She's from the Dare area, which is Dacia's area. She's basically part of our family in Mary Kay, and we're so excited to be able to just watch her shine. She's such a powerful leader, and you trust me, you want to have guests on listening to her message. And you want to have guests on our live Zoom to tune in and to see what our sisterhood is all about as well. And then tomorrow night, who is a great guest for our beauty break? So we're highlighting the new hydrating mask. Existing customers who already use skincare, anyone who loves the supplements already. I know that I'm specifically targeting my customers that use the moisture renewing gel mask and that love the biocellulose mask, because the biocellulose mask is really more for like special occasions. And this mask can be used more frequently, right? And so it's a lower price point. And so to me, they don't compete. They actually like basically complement each other. And so all my customers that use the biocellulose mask, I am calling them and inviting them to come learn about this one so that they can have both. Okay. And so you can invite guests as well. There's still plenty of time. We've got time tonight. We've got all day tomorrow to pack the house, pack the virtual house. And that's just a smart way to work your business. Having guests to the beauty break can be one of your set appointments every single week. So your challenge is to turn one facial this week into a party. So who is that face that you're going to practice with? And you're going to turn her from a facial into a party. I know you can do it. I believe in you. So excited. We'll see you on